you doing on this lovely Tuesday afternoon? We are the Self Care Check podcast, and we like to always start it off about, do you care about your self care? And we always say where the thunder is. All right, all right, all right. So today with this podcast, I'm sitting with my lovely guest, Anthony Gray Jr. So tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Well, first, give thanks and happy belated birthday to
Thank
you.
you.
I'm really happy that we had that time to kind of celebrate the small things, and
Yes.
this is a celebration of life, and every day should be like that energy,
Yes.
because we're all here today. Um, I I wanna I guess start with who I am. Um, I'm Anthony C. Gray Jr. I'm the owner of AG's Agency LLC. I serve God, myself, family, friends, and my community. The LLC, it's a developing entity based around my network. So basically, with my gift, I create opportunities to empower, uplift, and encourage each other to take care of ourselves, which kind of ties into probably why I'm here today, to continue to learn from the amazing people around me, and expand in that network.
Mm.
So on a basic level of respect, we can exchange knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that will serve us high vibrational lifestyle we want. So I help people that organize wellness retreats, cleanups, yoga sessions, all the way to supporting people who advocate for the rights of humanity.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been volunteering for about 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, this is going on the fifth year. Give thanks. I
That's
started at the Elijah's
dedication.
Promise soup kitchen in New Brunswick.
Oh, wow. So, mind if I hit you with our first podcast question with that in mind? Could you please, actually, that was the first question, excuse me. I was just flabbergasted about this information. Uh, with the closing doors, that with things that don't benefit us, or better yet, just you yourself, because this came from you, from what I heard. Um, like what is that, like a quote that you stand by, or like what is it? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're speaking about this, because it came to me from the experience that I'm just having right now in this stage of life. I've been reading a lot of self care books, Man Heal Thyself, Mastery of Love. They're saying that if we have kind of a understanding in our glory for God, and what that means. So without it, I am nothing. So to give that thanks and praise, uh, it keeps my morals grounded, right? So as I study history, like the history of where we are, my parents, and what I'm observing in my community, there's a lot of things going on at once. The people, place, and things, uh, closing to the door to things that no longer serve me is the way that I practice self love.
Mm. And I can really relate to that because we have a class called Your Intimacy and Your Identity, and in my intimacy, I'm on fire, and my identity, I need no validation, you know. But we're gonna hit the audience and see what they got to say.
I really appreciate you, Mr. Gray, for showing up today, because we truly, you said something that is just so right now, even in my journey, and that's what doesn't, things that don't best serve me. So I say that to say, that's what's the difference for me. It wasn't serving me best in my spiritual maturity. So those are the things that I no longer want to participate in, give attention to. Where I'm at is bigger than what my purpose is right now, because my purpose is taking me into areas where I used to be as a drug user. I don't no longer do that, but I have developed and built some tools that I can help somebody else, you know? So, and that's what best serves me today as I journey in my purpose today, by helping the ones that are still out there.
All right, thank you, Wanda. Is there anyone else?
Yes, because like Wanda was just saying, I was once out there, and I had to close that door. And now that's something that I'm doing today, helping others out from where I used to be, and trying to get their lives together to want to live and love themselves. That's what it's all about today, because it's different today.
Yeah.
Very different. Very different.
Yes. And I third that emotion. What Michelle was saying and Auntie Wanda was saying. Myself also was out there. I had to shut the door, board up doors, lock doors, so I can be up where I'm at today by the grace of God. Because you know, some people be around you because of your blessing. And they'll try to do anything to stop your shine because they're not shining.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with what you were saying, and that's why I just thank God for him closing them doors for me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, so Anthony, now you are the CEO of your DOH of your, that's the name of your company, but as far as abbreviation.
So what that stands for, it's simple. It's the Department of Health. I work also for a nonprofit, the New Jersey Harm Reduction Coalition, and we subcontract with New Jersey's Department of Health to be able to reach organizations across New Jersey to be able to support them in harm reduction.
And your reasoning in that is?
What we have to understand here in New Jersey is right now we are facing a really big problem with our drug supply. So basically, everybody experiencing life deserves support. They deserve uh, resources that allow them to be able to get the help that they need. So how we address it with harm reduction is by supporting people who are currently using. So if they're in a situation,
Active users.
correct. Yep. This initiative it's a great thing because it allows uh, us to kind of bring awareness to what we're experiencing, and we're able to provide these resources. So within that, we'll allow the conversation of respect to address our underlying problems. But this right here is this is a great bridge to be able to meet people where they're at.
Yes, because as long as people know where they have someone that can meet them, and not even just meet them on the aspect of what they're going through in life, but where they can take that step forward of all it takes is your incentive for me to do right, for me to look right, think right, feel right. And then next thing you know, I'll start acting right. And I'll start breaking away from what it is that you are helping me identify for me. Because everybody needs somebody to help me, help somebody help me. You know, as long as you're willing to be helped and give that help. And you can see that in the people that you've been around. Like, thus far, I'm pretty sure that there's a few testimonies out there. And
The spark I had was having a seizure. And I thank God for that seizure. Because ever since I had that seizure, I ended up in the hospital unresponsive for 2 days. But look at me today. I'm here. And I'm grateful that I had it, because if I had not had that seizure, I might still be out there. That was my start. That was my start. And I'm very grateful and blessed to still be here today.
Anyone else?
I have never used, but I've taken care of a person that was using, basically, alcoholic person that constantly drank, but still kept the job of drinking, for all the wrong reason till it took his life. But like Brother Gray said, like that kind of like closed that door. So now I'm able to be out there with the harm reduction, the OR team, to try to help and save another life and another soul. Because I didn't get all this information back then when my brother was going through it. So now I'm getting all the information, knowledge, and you hear speaking about it. I could take that and give that to our participate out there. I call them brothers and sisters because that's where it starts from. Even though they're not our blood, but they family.
Yes.
And if you get that bond with them, they will feel more connected, where they want to change their life, or they have a reason why they want to change their life. So thank you so much for being here and giving us this opportunity to know more of what you're doing, so that we be able to serve our city, our community, and our world. And I wish I knew this long time ago, then, I'll be able to say those that I really, cherish and love. But, as he with the Lord, I'm able to take his legacy and give out to our community. So thank you so much.
And Anthony, you see that you have a kit here for us. Could you explain what some of this is to us, to
Absolutely.
the audience?
So with the nonprofit that I work for, what we're able to make, and we take a lot of time for the kits, because it's a personal connection. What we have is a nasal Narcan. There's 2 doses that come in a kit with the CPR mask, instructions of what to look out for. hmm
This one right here, my hand right here.
Things to look out for if you if you think somebody is overdosing, and also instructions on,
This one's the Narcan, right?
yes,
This one.
also further instructions in both English and Spanish explaining how to use.
And what are these?
Those right there, this is part of our fentanyl testing kit. What this has is 3 test strips, water, a stir, and cookers. So that way, what these do is it gives people the awareness of what they're using. So if I don't know, I would use one of these test strips before I use in small doses, just so I can have the option of understanding what I'm using. Because sometimes, and what's been happening now is with the supply with fentanyl, it's actually killing us, people that don't know. So
I heard that like just 2 or 3 grains of fentanyl is considered like an overdose, right?
okay,
Wow, 3 grains, like the grains of sand, like because fentanyl is like real like small little specks, right?
yeah, compared to what people are used to using, this is something that isn't usually used. So with that unexpected dose, um, that's what's causing the overdoses for a lot of people.
As as I see that is a huge step to want to, in fact, big shoes to be stepping in, because it takes a person with a huge heart and a bright mind and unshakable faith that they're gonna get this job done, and that they're gonna be well equipped with those that see the same, not as I as a person, but I as a person of faith, of spirituality, just love and care, because everyone deserves to be helped and cared for and guided properly. I can't take you away from it, but I can help you start to get it right. Clean you up one way till you see the light, and because you can't stop people from being people. We can only love you at where you're at and continue to grow together. Um, oh, we have a question out there from the audience.
I'm Bobby,
It's Bobby Singletary.
a person in long-term recovery. Do we know where fentanyl come from? And if you do, has it been used in the medical field before? Because a lot of people don't understand or know where fentanyl comes from.
That's a great question that I encourage everyone to. We have to ask these questions to our local policymakers, and bring the awareness, because it's not growing in our backyards. This
No,
is
not. It's
it's
a
coming
lab.
from somewhere.
Yes. It's somebody's lab. I mean, I'm not to jump off the topic, but if we're speaking about harm reduction, and also in that sense, I believe that a harm reduction will also go into the fact of who we vote for, because the people that we put in the chairs to be for us, a lot of times ain't for us. So we could be causing harm to ourselves if we don't take our time to analyze and know who is for us and not for us as a group and a collective. Just saying that should be like something added for harm reduction, because we can harm ourselves by putting the wrong person in office, as we see now with the indictment.
Thank you for saying that out loud. We,
Yes.
we definitely understand it's the people that make the policies, and those policies make the program. So having that knowledge locally, from the state and then nationally, is really important.
Yes. It was. It's not in here. We're gonna edit some of that out. Where do you have the first one? The second person? All right. Let me give it 3 seconds and I'll ask. So, Anthony, just a question. How did your parents have an influence upon your life?
A majority of the aspect, standing on their shoulders. Both of my parents grew up in the city of Newark. My father is a retired state trooper, Air Force veteran. My mother currently works at the University Hospital out in Newark. From understanding their experience and my grandparents' experience allows me to bring awareness to the opportunities and how we can continue to help each other in today's time uh, with structure. Their hard work and passions that they helped out with kind of inspired me to continue to carry the torch, and use this opportunity that they gave me, all their hard work, to continue to take advantage of what was around me, um, and yeah, I just give all my thanks to them.
You sound like a very bright young man who have parents that are very bright themselves and have taught you well, spiritually, knowledgeably, emotionally, and through leadership. I can tell. And Anthony, could you please tell everyone how they can reach you, contact you, and tell us some of the upcoming things that you have going on?
Absolutely. Um, You can reach me for my creative platform, agsagencyhelp@gmail.com. For more harm reduction information, Anthony CG at NJ harm reduction at gmail.com .org. And yeah, those are my contact informations. We're all people in the community, so y'all gonna have my number and stuff like that.
So, and for you all out there, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Cause do you care about your self-care?